Hi, in this video I'm going to show you some tips and tricks on how to do sort of hands-on online demonstration, how you can actually set up a camera to capture what you're doing and broadcast it either over Zoom or record it for YouTube or something like that. Okay, so just to show you what that would look like, let me turn that on. So this would be one example where if you want to do like a close-up of a sewing machine or something like that. This just happens to be something I had set up for another project. And then, or if you want to do like a hands-on demo, like over here, you know, shake the 8-ball, or if I wanted to do a sewing demonstration, or for me as a lighting person, I might show how to do some basic wiring or something like that. So let's show you let's start with the cameras that you're going to need for this. All right, and let me just go ahead and start PowerPoint. Okay, so again, this is technology tips for all the stuff I'm going to talk about. I'm going to have links to different equipment and different things on that bit.ly/usitt.oll. OLL's for online learning. Okay, so first, the basic camera that you're going to need. We're going to go from sort of like the cheaper to the most expensive, and the first one is a webcam. Is a great way to get started with this. They're the cheapest, $25 to $125 depending. Some things you want to look for. You want to get autofocus so that you don't have to mess with or deal with, moving the camera when it goes out of focus. You're going to, one of the things that's going to make it a lot easier is you could, of course, these are small, you can tape them to anything, but you might want to try to get a tripod or a camera mount to the webcam. The one you see in the picture here is actually got one of those as well, and it's the one I actually showed you earlier. You're probably going to want a USB extension cable because you're not going to want to put it really close to the computer. They're made to go like right on top of the computer. You're going to want to get something that's going to make it just a little longer so you can get to where you want to. Their price is $25 to $125. I use the Logitech C650. Bought this a few years ago, and it seems to work really, really well. Just the main thing is to go out and read reviews on them before you get one, just to see what other people are saying. Okay, sort of the next step up is the Handycam. Now, the thing about the Handycam is the big thing that it does that the webcams don't do is it's got a zoom on it. That becomes really important. This last semester I did a lot of these online demos, and sometimes they'd be small, sometimes they'd be big, and I needed to zoom in and out. And it made it so I didn't have to reposition the camera as much. It's going to have a camera mount. You're gonna definitely want to find a way to get a camera. The one I'm showing here is a Sony Handycam. I bought this camera for my work, actually for my freelance work. Whenever I drive to Buffalo and I would watch a designer run, I needed a camera to capture it. I had an old one and I just recently upgraded, and this one works really, really well. The thing that they need to have is they need to have some sort of HDMI out. Typically it will come with a cord that will give you HDMI out. Okay, but with that, the great thing about the webcams is you plug them in, they're ready to go. They recognize as a webcam. The other cameras that we're going to talk about don't, so you need a video capture card, and we'll talk about what those are in a minute. The price here is going to be $150 to $500, and I used the Handycam CX405. Okay, now top of the line. You're not going to go out and buy this. You're going to want to get your university too. But this is a document camera. We've had these a couple years in our studios, in my computer lab and in the design drafting studio, and this is what we use to do. This is how we teach drafting. This is how we teach rendering, and we just put it up on the projector. But you can actually plug one of these into the computer and use it for demonstrations as well. Again, it's got the zoom in and out, which is really, really nice. It's got a remote. So that you don't, like, if you want to zoom in and out, you don't have to like fiddle with it. It's just got a remote, and it's much easier to do. The neat thing it does is it has the option to reverse the image, meaning, so if you were watching earlier, you'll notice I was actually upside down, and that's just because I put the camera on the other side of me. This one you can set on the other side of you, and it will reverse the image so that it actually puts it the right way. It also needs a video capture card, and they're going to be $200 to $1,200. Now, we've been using the Epson DC-21s. I like it a lot. And again, I'm just telling you things I use and I like. You may have to, if you can't find these or don't want to use these, you may have to do a little bit more research, but they're pretty easy. A lot of times these are called Elmos. Elmo, I just recently found out, was a name brand of them. So, and again, you look on Amazon, you can find them anywhere from $200 to $1,200. All right, so let's talk about video capture cards. So what you're going to do, so for the Elmo and the Handycam, you're going to need a device that plugs into the computer and then plugs in HDMI. The one I'm using is this JVAO2 video capture card. Now this goes HDMI to USB-C. USB-C is one of the newer plugs, and a lot of the older computers don't have it. I've got the newer computers, so that's why I decided to go ahead and get the USB-C one. The main reason I chose this one was this was the one that was in the store. This was the one that 2 days before they shut down the country, or they shut down New York State, I walked into a Best Buy, and this was the one I was able to get on hand because I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to order something online. I like it a lot. It does exactly what I needed to do. All you do is you plug in the HDMI, then you plug USB-C into the computer, and now anytime anything that needs a webcam, it will actually show up. Okay. The USB-C ones can be anywhere from $80 to $250. Well, if you don't have USB-C, you can still get USB-A, or USB 3.0. And here's two different ones that I found. The first one that I found, and again, I was searching on Amazon for these. The first one was like $125, and the second one was $27. So I haven't tried either one of these, but again, this will do the same thing. And the ones that I have pictured here and have links to in that sheet all have seem to work for both PC and Mac. So, all right, I think that's it for this in particular thing. Thank you.